Armored Core was released on July 10, 1997, for the original PlayStation system. Developed by Fromsoft, now one of the most critically acclaimed studios in the games industry, but back then a niche developer, having worked mainly on business-related software in the three main entries of the King's Field saga. Armored Core's main goal centered around the concept of a player-designed modular mech gameplay loop. Everything from the headpiece to individual back-mounted weapons was up to the player to customize, suiting their needs, preference, and style. All of it revolves around the main component, a core, the armored core, to which all other pieces would connect to. These robot designs were originally created by the renowned mech pioneer Shoji Kawamori, responsible for the hugely popular Macross anime, which would become the basis and main influence for the creation of the Transformers franchise.
System engaged.
Armored Core plays like a third-person shooter. Pilots are able to maneuver in 3D space by making use of several movement mechanics while accounting for energy management and aligning the aim-lock system towards their desired targets. The game can be quite fast, especially for an early PS1 title, but the controls are quite tanky and weighty, which adds up to the fantasy of piloting an imposing pile of metal in some way, but does also contribute to slight frustration when trying to overcome the learning curve. While the action is absolutely bombastic, and encounters can be quite thrilling, Armored Core is a min-maxer's paradise. Half the game will be spent on the main menu, theorizing, experimenting and build-crafting your own specialty mech, allowing you to tackle the missions you'll have on offer at any given time. You might favor a lighter AC for mobility and speed, or you might want to deck out an absolute monster machine, armed to the teeth with grenade launchers, building-sized chain guns and all sorts of tech. As a mercenary for hire, you also have a reputation to keep. You are your own brand, so to speak, so obviously you'll also need to come up with your very own signature emblem. You'll name your AC, stamp your sick emblem on it, and proudly smile as your ranking in the global leaderboard rises the more competent, efficient, and capable you become in completing the jobs you take on. The AC storyline is set in an uncertainly distant future, where humanity has taken refuge in vast underground cities. This is the result of a major conflict, a war known as the Great Destruction. Following the exodus of mankind into their subterranean haven, two prominent corporations rose to power, leveraging their technological influence. The Chrome Conglomerate, and the Murakamo Millennium, are constantly at odds, and endless competition that, despite causing strife among the remaining population, provides endless opportunities for ravens to get hired. You, the player, are a raven. After clearing the entrance exam, you are welcomed into the Raven's Nest, a sort of coalition and hub for pilots that are willing to accept jobs posted by any sort of client, all the while remaining completely neutral. Well, at least as neutral as can be, because as you'll soon find out, nothing is really as it seems, and your decisions do have consequences. Accepting a job for a certain faction might send you right into a conflict of interest. You might even be tasked to harm seemingly innocent bystanders or their property in the name of getting your payment. Regardless of what it is, after being debriefed on your objective, you will stick to it and either succeed and claim your credits or fail and pay up for compensation money. Either way, you will always shoulder the costs of operation, no matter the type of mission you find yourself in. Be it a rescue, a standoff, search and destroy, or exploring the unknown, which you'll reckon certainly happens often. Ultimately, Armored Core was the foundational step towards what would become a long-standing franchise, spanning countless games through various generations. Every iteration would add complexity to the games, mixing and matching new ways to play around with your AC, and finding different topics to discuss under the bigger corporate war overarching plot the series would carry on to explore. Nonetheless, the first game was way ahead of its time, with an amazingly progressive soundscape, interesting mission variety, coupled with a really impressive handful of realized stages and environments to traverse and get lost in, all this complementing the immensely creative and genre-defining feature of building and tuning your very own dream mech. To all of you soon-to-be ravens, I would recommend giving this old gem a try, as most of it has aged quite nicely. We are all definitely very excited about what the upcoming entry, Armored Core 6, has to offer. And so what better place to start and catch up, than the very beginning? This is Silver Glint, comms out.